my dress down. Be seeing my thighs.
Hey!
Uh-oh, y'all.
We here?
Yes, we are. Kicking the breeze. Uh-oh, y'all. We giving y'all time to get in there.
Yeah.
Look, we all pulling our skirt down.
All them lustful spirits out there.
I ain't say that.
I did.
I just don't want everybody looking at my stuff.
I would say something, but I might get in trouble.
Yes, you will. Oh, it's been a blessed day. What about you, Lisa?
Been blessed. I've been waiting on you all.
At an unknown destination.
It's so beautiful.
Keeton. Yes,
Hello.
y'all. Hey, y'all. That's Amanda. No, that's Lisa. That's Lisa. We're at our unknown destination. I hope this, I got my new look on. I don't pull the girl out for the weather. Yes, I have.
Fabulous.
Oh, thank you,
You
Lisa.
always do.
I try at my young age.
Amen.
So what we talking about tonight, Amanda?
Oh, I was just looking at my notes. And so...
Now she making notes because y'all be keeping her on her toes.
Yeah, y'all really do because, honey, y'all are interesting. So tonight's topic is called Get Out Your Feelings, Mental Health. So that has so many different levels. It can mean so many different things. But what we have brought it, hey Davita, what we have rounded it out to is don't take everything personal. Constructive criticism is healthy. And are you weighing the realities of things or making excuses? For instance, if somebody who cares about you comes to you and says something to you, are you like in defense mode? Weigh the realities of, am I really doing this or is this really going on in my life? And even, because lastly, we love to talk about relationships.
Love it.
In relationships, can you accept correction from your spouse? Like, that's a big deal.
Yeah. Sometimes it starts, even when you do a marriage vows. But let me do this before we go any further. Lisa, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Blessed.
Lisa, let me ask you something, because I'm going to ask for everybody. Have you got a man?
Single.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
Uh-oh.
I'm a whole lot.
Whole, W-H-O-L-E,
That's
L-O-T.
That's right.
A whole lot. And
Yes.
I'm going to say your place is fabulous.
It's
Thank
amazing.
Girl, you decorated this.
Y'all, what y'all seen ain't nothing. It's bad to the bone in here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And it's good and clean. You can put on a white glove and go like that. And she can cook. If there's a man, you know what they used to say, Lisa, the way to a man's heart. It's through that stomach. You can cook. And you cook some mean hot water cornbread.
Thank you. I got y'all ready too.
She has cooked dinner for us. What's on the menu tonight?
I did some chicken wings, salad, hot water cornbread, and fries.
That's good, because she knows I like hot water cornbread. Nothing else. Her hot water cornbread. I don't eat everybody hot water cornbread. So, I know you may mean well. So, Miss Judy, here goes some hot water cornbread, but now I don't.
No,
thank
she
you.
don't want y'all bread.
I didn't say that.
I got your back.
I just funny. No, you just acted up. She's acting up.
Oh, look at y'all popping in here.
Acting
hey,
up.
Margaret.
Yeah. Oh, I love Margaret Young. That was my nurse, boy. She was handling me when I was in the hospital.
Margaret.
Well, and Margaret knew me from way back in the day.
God got a special place for you to deal with her in the hospital. Honey.
Well, listen, y'all. Get out your feelings. That's what we're going to talk about.
Yes.
And we're talking about as far as, and that affects us mentally.
Yes.
To be in your, you don't have to say a word. I mean, even when you talk about get out your feelings, you could be in a store, somebody could be looking at you.
Right.
Or you could be at church, and somebody's looking at you, and you want to jump in the neck. What's she looking at?
And sad part about that is they could be admiring.
Right,
yeah.
But a lot of people get paranoid,
Yeah.
Just always they think about somebody jealous of them or, just paranoid.
Yeah. Trying to get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not always like that. You'd be surprised at who admires you. Who they may admire your hairstyle. They admire the way you put your makeup on. They could be your jewelry. It could be your clothes. They could like the way you smell.
Yeah.
Some people be stinking. But then some people smell good. And ain't nothing like being in the midst Because I love cologne and perfume.
She got a lot of smell.
Yes, I do. I got a smell for every 3 days of the week, okay? But I got my favorite perfumes. But I do. I got one called Mishra. You have to order that. It's Russian. Yeah.
You know,
I learned
she
that
ties
you
to
don't.
the Russians.
She is low down.
No wonder we over here with issues.
No, but what I'm saying is, I learned early how to get out of my feelings. Feelings of insecurity. And I think everybody has been insecure to some degree at one time or another. I don't care who you are. I've been insecure. I speak for myself.
And that is a big deal to take that accountability. Like we have these, I want to say, these could be forums sometimes, you know, in these panels and discussions. And people are not transparent enough to say, like, I had an issue. I had a self-esteem issue. I had an issue with finance. I had an issue. I was a nymphomaniac, and I had this and I had that. People don't want to own it, and then we want to run around and scream in the church house. Who she be bopping at? You snitching?
You said you was a nymphomaniac.
Baby.
I didn't say that. I heard her say that. See, people get free. When the Spirit of God is, there's freedom. They get free and they just start telling on themselves.
A nymphomaniac, but the Lord
But she's been delivered.
Clank, clank.
She's been delivered. Oh my goodness. But you know what, Amanda?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people being nymphomaniacs, so either they thought they were nymphomaniacs, especially in early years.
Because if you really about their life,
you know, and so when I know that's should keep it going. But Lisa, what are some of the ways that you possibly have been in your feelings, or you know, if that you care to share?
Okay.
That's real.
You know, especially someone trying to take your self-esteem.
Yeah.
You know, make you feel like you ain't worthy.
Yeah.
You know,
and that's big right there. For somebody to try to take your self-esteem and make you seem like you're unworthy. That's male or female.
Yes.
And a lot of times we take it the hardest, I think, when you are involved with that man, you know, that significant other, and then they, you know, want to oppress you. Or they start getting full of themselves, and then they start belittling you.
That's not love, y'all. That's not care.
You know, that's not love at all. You know, when someone try to keep you away from people, you know, keep
isolation.
You know, you gotta walk with your head down.
And you know what? You giving signs for people who don't know. Some of that is a sign of a woman that is in an abusive situation.
Yes.
And when you got somebody that's trying to isolate you from your family, your friends.
That's one of the first signs is isolation.
Yeah.
Why your brother always coming over here? He ain't
I think y'all got something going
on. Your mama,
that's sick to me.
That's in everybody be.
Yeah, that's a real turn off right there. It's insinuating.
It's them.
Yeah.
Oh, don't have no grown sons.
Oh,
what kind of man is that? He ain't no man. He a mama's boy.
You know what? And I don't like it when people talk about a man being a mama's boy. If he loves his mama in a healthy way, and she's the right type of mama, then he's going to love and respect you. Now, a lot of times you got some nasty women that keep a man from actually loving them or nurturing men. We're not beating you up. We're just saying what is, and we checking our own selves too. Because when we talk about getting out of our feelings, how you gonna know what feeling you're harboring if there's no communication?
Exactly.
You know, so when you think
that's the main thing, communication.
It is.
You know.
But a lot of times we don't even know how to talk to one another. You know, and I, when I was younger, I really did not know how to communicate. Talking and communicating is two different things.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I can talk around you, talk at you or through you, but when I need to express myself, you know.
Right.
And sometimes that's hard because you don't know how people are going to take you, whether they're going to judge you or, you know.
Tell somebody. You know, or.
Because I know we all got things that we don't want told on us. Well, let me say this. I do.
Honey, what the scripture say, when the books of life is open, it's gonna be some stuff in there that angel gonna be like, now remember. I'll be like,
now Judas.
That was before Jesus came to see me.
But you know the thing about that is, the word God said, he throws it into the sea of forgetfulness, never to rise again, or it's blotted out of the books. People don't talk about some of the sins that we have repented for, have been blotted out of books. And believe it or not, staying in our feelings can keep us in sin. It'll keep us angry at people.
It's mental incarceration. I don't like females. I don't got friends. And you lonely. And that spirit harvests and it leaks down on your kids because you don't allow your kids to have healthy relationships with other people because you've been burned by people. Like, it can mess up your career. You don't... Man, it's
from friends, family, relationship. Anybody coming in your life trying to block you from your blessings, get away.
She's telling the truth, trying to block you from your blessings, and a lot of times
I have peace.
You can't even tell. That's even to the way I dress. People used to say, I remember I used to wear braids. I was young and I really wore my braids. And at first I was reluctant to get braids. This is for somebody. Because people were always talking about, ooh, them braids don't look right. But I always wore wigs because my mama said every woman ought to have a wig in her wardrobe. Of course, I probably got about 100 of them now. But the thing,
another 0.
but that's who I am. It's my personality. It's part of fashion. But people can make you feel bad about the way you dress. I don't know. Every time I don't like that wig. Like, I care. I don't care if you don't like it. I ain't waiting for you anyway. And it's like for me, and sometimes you have to let that man know, I'm going to get into something a little deep.
Y'all know what that means.
Come on.
Relationship.
Kickin Tha Breezz.
Nookie. Okay. And I was telling Amanda, because we were talking about it, and Lisa, I was telling Amanda I learned early the power of the punta. It has killed impact.
That bucket, that pocketbook, that taco, your kilo, taco bell. That walk.
That's what they call it, And so you think about that, and I learned a lot of times you women are running around here trying to satisfy that man, but if you learn how to satisfy you.
And she not talking about masturbation either.
No, I'm not. I don't think masturbation is good for anybody. You don't need to play with yourself. I ain't going. I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
I am afraid you call me teacher. I ain't going up out of here. I don't do all that. You call me, but that don't excite me.
You know what? We don't talk about that too. I was telling Amanda, as you get older and you know who you are, you begin to grow in who you are. Then you can shed some dead skin. You can let them help somebody. And one of the things I always tell you all, Amanda, is don't wear your feelings on your sleeves.
That is true.
Because when you wear your feelings on your sleeves, you block out more than you could get in. It's like that could be a good man or a good woman because you so worried about how you was burnt in a relationship before, you can't receive them. Somebody
you gonna do me like everybody else do me. I done been there before.
A real man gonna love your scars. He gonna love you.
Don't talk about him kissing your scars. Amanda, what you doing?
Moving the camera a little bit, cause on the live, like you kind of cut off right here. So
that's all right. Y'all see me. You know who I am.
In here, just a little bit more.
No, you sit right there.
No,
girl,
you are the star.
You are the star today. You are the queen. We're in the queen sport.
I just want to say too, I'm so blessed to meet y'all. God put good people in your life. And I just want to say that.
Thank you, Lisa. We first met Lisa when we went to Donald Reed's home. And she's good friends with Donald Reed, and you just became a wonderful friend of ours. And not only that, your son and his book, he was on the show, Buckley, what's his? Buckner. And he was in Terre Haute prison. And he wrote a book about his experiences And you're the reason that he got on the show. A good mother will look for ways to advance their children, and that's what you did. And even in the book, he talks about in his incarceration how you were that support system to him. Yeah. And a lot of mothers and a lot of fathers and siblings are the support system for mentally incarcerated.
Right.
And when you go to talking about, we're going back and forth with this, get out of your feelings or don't wear your emotions on your sleeves, because we do it without even knowing it.
Right. And people get in their feelings because, and that's a good example too. When they see you doing something for somebody, I'm like a caregiver. I love doing.
That's what Patricia Hammock was saying today. That's a ministry, and people don't know that.
And people get, well, I'm gonna get some. I can't get enough police because you're doing stuff for everybody.
They don't want you doing anything for anybody else because they feel like that's tapping into something that they want.
Yeah.
I understand that too. And they in their feelings when they don't want you doing something for somebody else because they want to get.
I'm counting your pockets.
Yeah.
You live 20, that's 20.
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Now that's real.
And then,
hey, Marvin.
Let me get mad before you give it all out. I got plenty to give out. I got love to give. I got, So, get out of your feelings.
I like to say,
get out of your feelings.
Like the little children doing their little bunny rabbit dance they do. Just say, get out your feelings. That thing, you can mark it there, that little bunny rabbit.
I love that.
Yeah, get out your feelings. And again, a lot of people don't even know they in their feelings. When they see you coming and they looking at you, they turn up their nose because you look nice, even though they don't want to tell you. They in their feelings. When you get promoted on the job and they didn't get it and they don't want to cooperate with you and they acting ugly, guess what? They in their feelings.
They in their feelings.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many ways people be in their feelings.
See, Marvin, if you was on time, you would know what the topic is.
Quit doing him like that. Marvin, the topic tonight is, she's a fan too, Marvin. And then people love Marvin.
Yeah, I've seen him a lot too.
Yeah, he's great. And Marvin, the topic tonight is get out of your feelings. Like, for instance, when people talk, you can tell they're in their feelings about something. You used to. You don't do this anymore, so I think you're kind of getting out of your feelings.
You be in your feelings, Marvin.
See, Amanda's always starting. But, he used to always say he cooked his own food, he cleaned his own house, he combs his own daughter's hair, he's that all-around man, and he used to say that all the time, but now he is graduating to putting up his GPA, his grade score. In other words,
ACT, everything.
Yeah, what's it, 3 point something? And GPA. And so he's just letting the ladies know because he's single too,
He
and
said
so
just by body language. Yeah, your body language.
Oh, your body
language. So that you
yes. Mm-hmm. And that's another thing we have learned about Marvin, that he is intelligent. He's not just some fly-by-night person. He likes to have fun.
He's intelligent. I can't.
And he's educated.
He educated. He's from a good family. Wow.
She is. But you know
me
what?
In my feelings, Marvin.
No, she's messing with it. But that's another thing you brought up, Amanda. People be in their feelings when you got a good family.
Oh yeah.
With you and your family are close, and you trying to pull it together. People who don't have good relationships in their family.
Pull you out. Oh, what your sister got to stay here for? Her and her kids, they need to go on. Because you can't go stay at none of your people's house. You know what I'm saying? Right. Oh, why your mama always giving so-and-so money? Because you can't call your mama and get a dollar. And what's so sad, the sad part about it is, I think, not the sad part about it, I think it's an opportunity for education in love to say, I know this may be like your upbringing and this is what's going on in your life and this is what you know, but let me show you what family is. And hopefully if that person is open, like they can grow to it. But honey, ladies and men, that's a sign. If they don't want you to do nothing for your family,
And that causes problems, especially when you're close in family. What a lot of people
Roselle
do.
watching.
Hey, Roselle.
And Davida said, I thought Marvin was going to come on live. Davida, you know he live week after week about what he's going to do with his
Marvin, I believe you going to come on. What Marvin said right there, you need to quit starting stuff with Marvin. What are you saying?
I ain't going to keep getting in trouble about Marvin.
What?
Marvin said, shout out to Kiara Brady, White Creek Teacher of the Year, my family, Afro husband. Because I said he come from a good family. Now he wants to shout out everybody.
That's right. Shout out to your family.
Shout out to the Bradys because they are people. So shout out to the Bradys.
Yeah, that's good. And see, you do stuff like that. And getting back to like family and stuff, just because you see a family that's close does not mean they don't have issues.
Oh my gosh.
Because
we will fight. Let my mama call and say we having Sunday dinner. All y'all better be there.
Yeah.
Come to your house. So you better.
Yeah, and not only that, you know, I got my brothers and my sisters, I love them dearly, but I know when to cut them off, time out.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not going to play. And I love them, and I'm not going to talk bad about my family.
No.
And I don't allow my family to talk bad about me, to talk bad to me about other family members.
Yeah.
Because that's dangerous too.
Sure
you know, but people see you and your family getting along on the surface.
And
they don't know you probably had to fight to get there.
Oh my God, years of not speaking, years of tears, years of only meeting at funerals, years of having empty Christmases, years of not being able to just go over and sit and ride in the car and have sister days and let the kids play. Because, see, it ain't just the grown people. It trickled down to the children.
And some of the adults have been in their feelings about other folks, so they create issues for the children. There are brothers and sisters who are not close because daddy was married to Bobette, and then he creeped over there with Suzette, and he got babies by both women, and both women don't like one another, or one woman is trying and the other woman ain't trying, so she keeps the children separated. That's not healthy. Get out your feelings. You can't help it. You can't control what a person does, and that baby can't help that they hear. That baby's an innocent bystander. But if they have siblings, we need to try to make sure that they know one another, that they are together.
You look up and your son be married to his cousin.
He be on the fool around and got a baby by his sister.
And you be worried about the baby cockeyed and got 3 legs.
I ain't talking about a cockeyed baby. My name ain't Trump.
Hold up, let me see. Marvin said, I asked about the address last week. Amanda, you supposed to give me the address. What about
I'm going to make sure you get the
ain't
address.
Ain't no truth in that. All Bruce is on here. Your
son Bruce
he done moved to Atlanta.
He said he was having a great conversation. Families need to support each other.
Bruce, I'm so proud of you.
Be strong down there, Bruce.
It's
hard to know the men from the women down there, Bruce. Be strong.
You're a good looking man.
Be strong, my brother. Myra said too many parents use kids.
Don't be like the president. But don't be like the president grabbed by the monkey. Okay. Don't do that. It's better to ask. And people shouldn't get offended by that anymore. You know, people used to be, a man would say, are you a woman, or are you a real woman? I'm a real woman, what you mean? No, because some of the men, the impersonators look better than some women.
Some of these women.
And then some of y'all women around here.
They groom from head to toe, and they wear them wigs, and they put them on right now. You got some ugly ones and some toe-up ones too. But that's just a fact. Okay, so and then
your feelings.
That's right. So this day and time, you shouldn't be offended when somebody asks you.
You should actually be happy
that they ask,
because you know where they at, what you're looking for. You know what's your preference? You want me to be a man or a woman?
Yeah, I mean that's a fact. So that's another part of getting out your feelings. People gonna do what they want to do. You can't control nobody. But you know, and you know, if somebody asks you, you know, what's your sexual preference? People get mad about that. You better be glad somebody's asking you what your sexual preference is. You know, if I was on the market, I'd say, ask me. I'd tell you.
Bruce said, LOL, I'm going to take the girls I meet to take a test. Hey, that's a nice brunch. Hey, girl, you got some time? You got 20 minutes on your lunch break? Let me take that head to the HIV rapid test place.
No, hey, not only the testing, honey, you know, is it born that way or was it made that way?
Oh, my God.
I'm being
Ain't
nice.
that the truth? But you know what? Professionally, Bruce, you in a good place because Atlanta, Georgia, period, is a good, thriving black community for entrepreneurs. So good luck to you while you're out there. Marvin said too many parents use kids as the middle person.
They do. Yeah, they do. And because they all in their feelings. And when you in your feelings, you wreck your life and you wreck other people's lives too. And a lot of people not feeling this conversation. What she mean, get out of my feelings. She don't know what I'm going through. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I have overcome. And when you overcome something, we want to quote this scripture. When you get strong, reach back and strengthen your brethren. I'm reaching back. I'm telling you that I had to get out of my feelings about a whole lot of things. And it's taken years to get out. You know what? It took me years to get over some of those cheating boyfriends that I had.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times, ladies, and you can't let them tell you that you are the reason that they went out and cheated on somebody. See, they'll lock you up in your feelings about yourself.
Yeah.
You know,
I beat you because you don't pay me no attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, you know, he wanted to beat you all the time. He blacked you out, then he wanted to kiss the black eye. That he, no.
Been there.
You know.
Been there.
No, I couldn't be there because of the fact that I was too mean.
Yeah.
And then, to be honest with you, Kickin Patterson had to tell me this about myself when I was writing on my book, which I haven't finished yet. And I was saying something about dominatrix, you know, because at one point in my life, I was not beyond that. And Kickin, she was so smooth. And she said, Pastor, did you ever think that some of that probably came from your abusive childhood? See, wearing your emotions on your sleeves can go internal. And you begin to act it out and not know. But that's right. And I was so glad that Kickin said that to me. I was like, I thought about that for the longest. Sometimes you need people who can talk to you. And she was helping me with the book, and she was like, oh, Pastor, I didn't know that. And then she got this about the dominatrix part, and she was like, and she was cool, she was quiet for a minute, but I could tell something was on her mind. And she said it, because I don't mind whipping a man. I still don't mind it. You know, I'm saved and I'm delivered. Yes. Okay, certain things I don't do. And preachers need to start telling the truth. Just because you got delivered from something doesn't mean that it still doesn't pop up. You have to control it. That's why the word of God says, pull down everything that exalts itself. Yeah, against the word of God. Your imagination, you got to handle that thing. Because, girl, I know I would have been a mean dominatrix. I'd probably be a millionaire by now because I would have whooped every man. And I would have been whooping some of them not for the money, but out of anger.
Yeah.
And that thing was internalized. Some man on there probably said, she could whoop me. I was sure, thank God I'm delivered because you'd probably be in the hospital. I would have damaged you.
Oh, no. She said damage. But when you think about what you said about internalizing emotions and feelings, if we look at a person just with the knowledge that we have, because none of us are psychologists, but if we look at a person who's been diagnosed with like multiple personality disorder, every personality has different characteristics. And all of those different characteristics show what different emotion. You got someone that's brave, you have someone that's scared, you have someone that's
that move is split. That's scary stuff. But that's the analyze. I don't look at stuff now just to be looking at it. I analyze it. Like you said, we are not trained psychologists or professionals on that level, but guess what? We're giving you our experiences and we're telling you what we realize about ourselves and how we came out of that situation, how we were able to quit wearing our emotions or letting it go. You know, and some of that happened with me when I started well, you know what? I began to learn to let a lot of things go when I started going to church because I had a pastor who would check me. I would be going off about something, the Reverend Finney would say, sister, that didn't start at the church. That's got something to do with something that's not even here. Now, he wasn't a psychologist, but he knew that. And I didn't know that at first. And then I got to thinking about it. Well, I was mad when I left home. You know, then I'm already upset. Now come hear somebody say something. I'm letting everybody
this is this is some deep stuff because, you know, you don't know how you carry stuff in you.
Yeah.
You know, you could get older. You know, this stuff could come from when you was a child.
That's exactly right.
And you just carry on and don't know it till someone talk to you about it.
Yeah.
You know, but we so, in our feelings, you know, we thinking somebody trying to control us, you know, tell us what to do.
And sometimes people are that way, but you have to know how to get away from a person that's trying to control you.
Yeah. Like we have to move past. Yes, PJ. Yes, Miss Lisa.
And remember, we're gonna do these 30-minute breaks so we can put this on YouTube. Yeah. Hey, Miss Judy.
So we got 60 seconds. We got another minute that we need to take.
And we're gonna take maybe a 2 or 3 minute break, and then we're gonna come right back in. And if you really want to go back and analyze this, and you don't want to go through my Facebook page, go to Hey Miss Judy on YouTube, and you'll find Nighttime Prayers. You'll find Kickin Tha Breezz, and what else? We do another show. Oh, Hey Miss Judy. All of that is on there. So go on there, and you can look at it, and you can share it. You can analyze it. You know. And I think I may have opened it up so you can leave comments. But if not, hit me up on my Facebook page, and I'll go and open it up so you can leave comments. You know, and that way we can even have a deeper discussion about it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you something about that
nighttime prayer.
Yes. I watched that one time because I was like, God, I can't sleep. I don't even know what happened. I was knocked out.
Oh,
I mean, it was so relaxing.
Yeah.
And she got a beautiful voice. She was singing. I said, Lord, I slept so good.
Thank you.
Yeah,
you know,
you need to keep doing that.
I do. And that was an assignment from God.
Yes,
he told me to do that, and I still do it now. I play old school music and other music, you know, so you can go again to Hey.
We do have a question, but when we tap back in, we are going to answer Marvin's question.
What is Marvin's question?
And so, to give some suspense about it, Marvin says, why do women like to lie and have split personalities?
Oh, I can tell you.
When we come back.
Okay. I'll let you know about 4 of my personalities that I used to have.
Well, why is it women?
But that's all right. He want to talk about women? I'll tell you. Hey, we're going to clock out, and we're going to come back in. Give us 3 minutes, okay?
New York.
Oh, man, this is starting stuff.